Out of Abraham, who did the Lord say, tell Abraham who the chosen people would be? Yes, the Jews. Right. Which come out of whose seed? Isaac. Oh, okay, good. Very good. So, Matthew 24th chapter, right? And what we're going to show, Mosai and Yahushai, is that how Matthew the 24th chapter links up with Revelation, right? The 6th chapter. And how Matthew 24th chapter is really talking about the end times, all right? Not so much during the time of what a lot of brothers are thinking, 70 AD, but more so the end times. In these last days, this is Matthew 24 is really talking about. And we're going to show that, okay, out the scriptures. All right, and we're going to start from Matthew. Now, Matthew 24 is really the Olivet Discourse that Yahushai spoke when he was speaking to his disciples. This is called the Olivet Discourse. He was by the Mount of Olives, right? As he sat upon the Mount of Olives, he was speaking this discourse and letting the disciples know what was going to happen in the end times. And so what we're going to show is how Matthew 24 links up with Revelation, the 6th chapter, and how it coincides with the last days here, especially the tribulation period, last days. All right? Because it does link up with that. Matthew 24 is really going into the tribulation period. That's what a lot of brothers don't understand. It goes into the tribulation period. So it's not so much what happened back then, even though at the same time, it's really, Yahushua is really referring to these last days and the tribulation period, what's going to happen. So that's why we're going to bring that out and show you how it links into Revelation 6th chapter. Now when you read Revelation 6th chapter, that's especially when the seals are broken. When the seals are broken, what you're going to find out is that's when pretty much this tribulation period is going to start. When the seals are broken and the oncoming of the Antichrist. All right? And then Matthew 24 fits right into that. And so that's what we're going to show. So that's why, let's see, Across the Labyrinth, you're going to read that first paragraph up top here on this paper. I gave everyone this paper. And it says up top, it says the Olivet Discourse, Matthew 24, from the first verse to the 44th verse. All right? So basically, we're going to go from the Matthew 24th chapter, that book, and then to, we're going back and forth from Matthew 24 to Revelation 6. So you got to get Revelation 6 also. All right? Okay, so now, Across the Labyrinth, and get Matthew 24. But first, read off the paper, Across the Labyrinth, that first paragraph. Read that first.
Okay, the Olivet Discourse, chapter 24, verse 1 to 44. The Most High's Olivet Discourse in Matthew's 24th chapter, first verse to the 44th, works in relation and corresponds with the prophecies in Revelation. Revelation chapter 6, verse 1 to 14. What the Most High is teaching us in Matthew 24th chapter did not happen yet. It is yet in the future. It will take place during the 7-year tribulation period in Israel. Matthew 24th chapter is part of the last week of Daniel's 70 weeks. Daniel 9th chapter, the 24th to the 27th verse, which is the third and final stage of the prophecy.
Right. So now, Shinya, just get Daniel 9:24 for us right quick. And so what he was reading is that Matthew 24th chapter is part of the last week of the 70 weeks that you read about in Daniel, right? Daniel 9th chapter and the 24th verse. It teaches you about the 70 weeks. Well, that is in relation to Matthew 24. The last week would be the tribulation period, the last part of the 70 weeks. All right, and the Most High prophesied that all the way back during around the 5th, 6th century BC, when Daniel was a prophet. Okay, so let's read the 24th verse, Shanya.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city, to finish the transgression, and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy.
Right, so that's it right there. So we're going to go into the whole thing later on, next class, but just that verse right there shows you the Most High had determined 70 weeks. Now, of course, this is not 70 weeks, a straight 70 weeks. All right, it's 70 weeks of years, right? 70 weeks times 7 weeks of years. So, and the 70 weeks are broken down into like 3 stages, all right? And these 3 stages are from around the 445 BC, right? During time in Nehemiah's time. And it's broken down in stages, goes all the way up to Yahweh's time, right? And then after Yahweh's time, in other words, during these times, and these times that we're in, the times of the Gentiles, right, are pretty much not counted in the 70 weeks of years. It's not counted. What is counted is from that time of Nehemiah 445 BC up until Yahweh, and then after that, when in 70 AD, when we fell and were scattered over the earth, those times are not counted. All those thousands of years, about 2,000 years, it's not really counted. All right? What is counted is that last week. The Most High only counts the 70 weeks is when we're in the land of Israel. Understand? When we begin to be back in the land, He's going to start to count again. And that's where the 70-year tribulation period come in. Because we're going to be in the land when that begins to happen. Soon. That's going to happen soon. So, we were in the land, during the time of Yahweh and before that, we were in the land, right? So now, but when we got pushed out of the land and fled out of the land and destroyed and scattered throughout the nations, all those thousands of years, over 2,000 years, is not counted in the 70 weeks. All right? So the last stage of the 70 weeks is 7 years long. And it's going to be 7 years long, and that's broken down into 2 stages. Like you got the first half of 7 years, and you got the second half, which would be the Great Tribulation period, the Bible says. Understand? So we want to show that Matthew 24 is part of the last week of Daniel's 70 weeks. So when you go back to Matthew 24, this is what you're reading here. You're reading the last 7 years, okay, of this tribulation period is coming. You're reading the last 7 years of the 70 weeks that you just read about in Daniel. This is what you're going to read here. Understand? So now, Christ Alive Brian, you're going to start from the first verse, chapter 24, Matthew 24, first verse. And we'll start right there.
Read out of Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Right, see? So Yahweh is referring to the temple. Well, it's all going to be thrown down. Of course, Jerusalem is going to be destroyed. All right? Everything's going to be destroyed. When Yahweh come back, of course, that's where the judgment is going to be taking place at the Gentiles, in the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, in Israel. The valley of Jehoshaphat means valley of decision. That's where the Yahweh is going to decide. You know what I'm saying? the destruction of the Gentiles. That's where the Antichrist is going to bring the armies right into Jerusalem there, or the Valley of Jehoshaphat, and Yahushua going to come out and destroy them right there. See, so that's what it means, Valley of Jehoshaphat, or Valley of Decision. And so, and then also when Yahushua come, mountains are going to be moved, all type of things are going to happen in Israel. Understand? So he said, there should not be one stone left upon another that should not be thrown down. So now he's at the Olivet, the Mount of Olives. So now you're going to read the third verse.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?
Right. So here it is. These are the three questions that Yahushua is going to answer. So he just read, he said, on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, and so you can understand when Yahushua comes back, he's coming back on that same mountain. He's going to stand on the Mount of Olives, and then that's where he's going to destroy the nations. Understand? So it says, privately, tell us, when shall these things be? That's one question, right? When shall these things be? What shall be the sign of thy coming? Two questions, right? And of the end of the world. Three questions, correct? There's three questions there that have to be answered. Yahushua is going to answer them, all right? And we're going to show you also in Revelation 6 the answer of it, understand? All right? And so, okay, those are the three questions. Now, you're going to read the fourth verse, all right? And we're going to go and check out how Yahushua is answering. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many.
Right. Okay. So it says, many shall come in his name. So now, cross-a-lot rhyme, before we go into that, you see that it says the first question on the paper. See what it says first question? It says that, it says right here. See what it says first question?
Yeah.
Come. You're going to read that because the first question was what? When shall these things be? Okay. And then that's going to take us to Revelation 6. But read that first, cross-a-lot rhyme.
First question, number 1. When shall these things be? The breaking of seals in Revelation 6 chapter is the beginning of when these things will begin. They will begin when the real Israelites are dwelling in the land, Israel. These things is in reference to when the Most High, Yahushua, told disciples in Matthew 24:2, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
All right. Okay. So he read that, right? And that's in reference to the first question. When shall these things be? Okay. That's going to be answered when we go to Revelation 6, right? So he read 4. You read.
I read up to 4.
You read up to 4.
No,
Okay.
I read the 5.
Read the 5. Now read it one more time, and then we'll go to Revelation 6.
Verse 5.
4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many.
Right. Now we go to Revelation 6, right? It says, many shall come in Yahushua's name and deceive many, right? So you're going to have many false Christs, right, coming in Yahushua's name. But the main one is going to be who? The main one is going to be the Antichrist. Okay. That's going to be the main one. It's coming in Yahushua's name. All right? And they more than likely, they're getting prepared to unleash and bring him forward. Right? So, when you go to Revelation 6 is going to show you when this particular person, this Antichrist or this false Christ, will come on the scene. So Revelation 6 and 1. Shinya, read Revelation 6 and 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 1.
Right.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see.
Right. So the seals, as you brothers know, is the seals that Yahushua is going to break to unleash the tribulation period, to unleash it, to bring it on. And so when you read Revelation 5 and 5, Shinya, it shows you Yahushua is of the tribe of Judah, and he has prevailed to open the 7 seals. In Revelation 6 and 1, the seals are about to be broken now. And it's only Yahushua can break the seals. The Antichrist can't break anything. He's just the Antichrist. So he's not breaking the seals. It's Yahushua breaking the seals. But when he breaks the first seal, that brings forth the Antichrist. Understand? And brings forth what the Antichrist is going to do. So read Revelation 5 and 5.
The book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 5. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
Right. See, so Yahushua is the one that prevailed to open the book and the 7 seals thereof. He's the only one that's prevailed to do that. So nobody else can break that. So when you go back to Revelation 6 and 1, right? And he said, I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals. See, he's the only one anointed to open the seals. Right? Which will bring forth the Antichrist and what the Antichrist is going to do. It's going to tell you what he's going to do. Is read the second verse, 6 and 2, Shinya.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering, and to conquer. Right.
See, so on this particular person on this white horse, right, had a bow, had a crown, all right, was given unto him, and he went forth conquering to conquer. This is the Antichrist. Now this is why you go to cross-light Ryan 1 John 2:18, right, and it'll show you how the Antichrist will come. But this particular guy has a bow, right, and he has a crown, meaning he's already king. He's already given the position of leadership as a king, right? He's given a crown, right? And he has a bow, which is like he has a killing instrument, right? Even though there's no arrow there, so it doesn't mean he's going to necessarily kill by shooting people or you know what I'm saying, or by shooting the bow and arrow into people. Understand? His method of killing could be any kind of way. Understand? Could be any kind of way. Understand? So it could be by poison. It could be by
thunder,
earthquake. It could be by hurricane. It could be by any old kind of way. His method of killing. Understand? So meaning he just has killing instruments to kill people, conquer. Right? But read that 1 John 2:18.
1 John chapter 2, verse 18.
Right.
Little children, it is the last time. And as you have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists.
Right, see? So you have heard the Antichrist shall come. And so this is what you are reading in Revelation 6, 1 and 2. The coming of the Antichrist. But he's only will be revealed as such when the seal is broken by Yahushua. Understand? And so, and then after that it said many. See? So in Revelation 24, what'd you read? Many false Christs, right? For many shall come in his name, right? In Matthew 24 and 5. Many shall come in his name, right? And what did it say here in 1 John 2:18?
Little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come.
That's the one individual. That's the one guy. That's the guy. The one individual, the Antichrist. He's the one that's on this white horse, his crown, and he has the bow. That's him, right? So now who are these people with him? Now go ahead, Up.
Even now are there many antichrists.
Right, and now you got many, meaning these are the people that follow, that would bow down to the Antichrist and follow and do what he's saying. You got a lot of our people that are going to do that. So a lot of our people are included in the many Antichrists. How about that? So, and of course the Gentile nations also, right? They're included in that. So there are many Antichrists. So when you go back to Revelation 24 and 5, Matthew 24 and 5, correct. Matthew 24 and 5, read that part again, Matthew 24 and 5.
Matthew chapter 24 verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed,
Right.
and shall deceive many.
Right, they're going to deceive many, see? So there's going to be many Antichrists, many false Christs, understand? Many false prophets and so forth in these last days. So, Matthew 24, 4 and 5 would coincide with Revelation 6, 1 and 2, all right? When it talks about the false Christ. But the Antichrist being the top false Christ, right? All right? And then now, you're staying on Matthew 24 and 6, right? And what does it say? Karazalai Brian.
Matthew chapter 24 verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled. For all these things must come to pass.
Right?
But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Okay, hold up there. Okay? So now it says, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, right? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. How about that? It's not yet. See, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Now, how does that relate to Revelation 6th chapter? Well, when you go to Revelation 6th chapter, the 3rd verse, right? 6th chapter and the 3rd verse. Now you're going to read Revelation 6 and 3.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Right. This particular beast, right, is the red horse. And this red horse is taking peace from the earth. So when you read in Revelation 24, right, in 6 and 7, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right? But it said the end is not yet. Don't be troubled. But for now, nation shall rise against nation. See? Understand? And kingdom against kingdom. But this red horse, his job to do what? Take peace from the earth. Understand? And it's red because red represents violence and the bloodshed and all that. Understand? That's going to happen when you take peace. Right? It seems like it's near that time now. I mean, that's all you see, right? That's all you hear about. Understand? So that's how Revelation 24, 6 and 7 correlates with that. Understand? And he's taking peace from the earth. Okay? So, and this is all done by the head of them, the Antichrist. Understand? It's all done by the head of them, which is the Antichrist. Okay? Now I'm going to read this to you. It says this. Now I wrote a thing on the book of Revelations right here. Right? And broke it all down. But in Revelation 6, 3 and 4, it says this. The second seal is broken. There went out another horse that was red, and he that sat thereon was to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Right? Now the rider on this horse was given a sword to kill people. See? And take peace away, in other words, to bring violence, death, and bloodshed. Right? And that's what's going to happen when this red horse is unleashed. All right? And then, of course, we learn from this seal that wars are likely to break out at any time, and that there will be no peace on the earth until the return of the Prince of Peace. And that's Yahushua. Okay. So you see how it relates. Matthew 24, 6 and 7. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Revelation 6, 3 and 4. The second seal is taking peace from the earth. Wars, bloodshed, violence, death. See? Okay, so now, cards of Ryan, Matthew 24, right? And then just read the 7th verse.
Okay.
All right?
Matthew,
There's something else in the 7th verse that's another seal that's going to be broken. Go ahead, Up.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right. Now, that's Matthew 24 and 7, right? So when you go to the 3rd seal, Revelation 6, right? That would be Revelation 6 and what? 5?
Yeah.
Right. Revelation 6 and 5. Who got that? Shanya? Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Right. Now, this black horse in Revelation 6, 5 and 6 represents the famine. All right? It represents the famine in the earth. And that's why it refers to wheat and barley for such a low price as a penny. Understand? In other words, there's going to be like a food shortage. Not that there won't be food, but it'll be a food shortage. The balances in the hand represent what? See? You got to balance it out. Now, wheat and barley has to be measured out because there's not going to be much food. It's going to be rationed. So it means you have to balance. That's why he says holding balances in his hand. You balance it out and be rationed out to the people. Understand? So food is going to be like rationed out in these last days on a level where if you don't have maybe that mark or that chip or whatever, you ain't getting no food. How about that? That's how it's going to be measured out, yeah.
Right, and it's going to be restricted and controlled by Monsanto.
Monsanto, how about that?
And the big pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
The little farmers going to be knocked off by the box.
Right. And so Monsanto, so that pair of balances in the black horse's hand is going to be, let's say, a company like Monsanto. And they're going to measure, we know it's the Illuminati running everything, right? They're going to measure who gets what and who doesn't get what. Understand? And so, therefore, if you don't have that mark of the beast, you're not eating. So what are you going to do? You're going to take the mark of the beast? No. If they don't take the mark of the beast, you still have faith in Yahushua. Because what did Yahushua say? See? He said, we shall eat. They're going to hunger, we shall eat. See? So leave it in the hands of Yahushua. He's going to find a way for his chosen to eat. Understand? And that's where your faith comes in. Don't take that mark of the beast, brother. It's over there. Understand? So that's what that's talking about, right? So that's why it says, and then in here, what the Spirit showed me, I wrote in Revelation, right? It says, let's see, the black horse signifies famine. The black horse signifies famine. And the rider is like a conserver of food. He would be like, let's say, like Ben said, Monsanto's. Understand? The Illuminati put Monsanto's in charge of, let's say, the food rationing and so forth. And other companies like Monsanto's, right? In the last day, there should be famine in many places, right? And we have famine, but it's going to increase on a certain level.
Yeah. And to be precise. Monsanto, it's insecticide company,
Yeah.
a pesticide.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah.
They're making corn and wheat that the insects and the boll weevils in them don't attack. So if the insects don't eat it, how good really is it?
That's right. How about that? it's not good, right? Right. And they're selling their seeds and making these farmers to accept their seeds and plant it. And you know, when you accept their seeds and plant it, well, there's no refurbishment of it. Understand? It's just one time and that's it. That means you got to go back to Monsanto's and get it again. You know what I'm saying? So, but with the Most High, when you plant a seed, next season the seed is still there. It'll grow some more. Understand? But with Monsanto, it grows once and that's it. So they go back to them and buy some more. So they put a lot of farmers out of business.
Alright.
Yeah.
Are the tree, the fruit produce seed like orange?
Yeah.
You get the seed from the orange.
By its own, yeah. Produces its own seed. Right.
All seed bananas too.
Yeah, yeah. So you're not getting that with Monsanto's. Anything they have is really just one time, one shot deal, and you out. So you finish. Right? So here it is, and then it says the balances in the writer's hand represents that food will be rationed out, right? According to measure. That's why the brother read a measure of wheat for a penny. See? A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, right? See thou hurt not the oil of the wine. So it says, let's say the balance of the writer's hand represent that food will be rationed out according to measure, as if being weighed on a balance. How about that? See? Wheat will be measured for a penny, and barley at 3 measures for a penny. Right? So what does it mean? See thou hurt not the oil and the wine. See? Well, the Most High is showing us that the oil and the wine is not going to be hurt, right? So when the Most High breaks the seal, this third seal, this black horse, the conserver of food, and everything's going to be measured out and rationed out, the Most High is going to really command not to hurt the oil and the wine, like olive oil, for example, the grapes that make wine. There are a lot of things the Most High not going to really have them touch too much. Understand? And then you read about that in like Revelation 9, 9 and Revelation 7. Yeah. Understand? So there's certain things He's going to command them not to hurt, or not to touch, and not to destroy. And so that's like olive oil, those types of oils, and the grapevines, right? So to keep certain things preserved. So see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. All right, so now when you go back to Matthew 24, right? And it says what? Cries aloud, Brian.
24 and 8 now?
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew chapter 24, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow.
Right. So all these are the beginnings of sorrows, because in 7 he reads what? You read what? Earthquakes, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places, right? So when you read that, read 7 and 8 again all together, and then we'll go there.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
Right. Now, when you go back to Revelation 6, right, and so now you read the 7th verse, you'll see why the Lord is going to bring forth this 4th horse, which is a pale horse, right? It's a pale horse. Now, why a pale horse? Well, it's going to show you why. Go ahead, Doc.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 7. And when he had opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th beast say, Come and see. Verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth, to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
Okay, good. So now, this fourth horse, all right, was called the pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. Okay? And so, but what came after that? Power was given unto him to do what? To kill, right?
Yeah.
Right. To kill and bring death. And so when he read about in Matthew 24 about the earthquakes, right? The pestilences, famines, what happens after that? People die. See? The pale horse is a result of all those different things happening, meaning death. That's the result. People die of famine, people die in earthquakes, people get killed in pestilences, diseases that he inoculates people with diseases. Understand? That's the result. The pale horse is the result of all these different things. Even the Antichrist coming to conquer and conquering, death has to happen, right? The red horse, take peace from the earth, wars and bloodshed and violence. Death has to happen, right? The third horse, the black horse, the famine, death has to happen. Now, the fourth horse, the pale horse, he's the result of all those different things happening, right? Okay, so when you check all that out, that goes back to Matthew, what he read in Matthew 24, about the earthquakes, famines, and pestilence, and all these are the beginnings of sorrows. Now here it says the beginning of sorrow. It's not even the end. It's the beginning of sorrow, brother. See? So there's going to be a lot of death and destruction coming when this tribulation period begins. A lot of death and destruction. The beginning of sorrows. Yeah.
Yeah, another one for sorrow would be like mourning for a lot of people. That's going to be burying their family members, and there's going to be a lot of mourning.
Mourning. Okay, good point. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of mournings. People crying, sorrows. People crying. People dying. So that's why, as Israelites, we have to get ourselves prepared for that. That's why we congregate together and pray and come together and pray. See? Because just like when the death angel passed over in Egypt, right? Israel had to come together and do what the Most High said. If you didn't put that lamb, that blood of the lamb on doorpost, you were dead, brother. You were dead. And I can see there were some stubborn Israelites that didn't do it. I'm not doing that. I can see that. And then they were dead. But so even today, you bring up to date, this is modern day Egypt. So the death angel, you're reading it, the fourth horse said the pale horse. He's the rider of death. See? And he's bringing death and hell. How about that? See? So if we don't do what the Most High say in these so-called modern times, right? What's going to happen? You're going to die. That death angel's coming again. And the death angel's who? It's Yahushua. He's coming again. Oh yeah, and then you're going to have a lot of stubborn Israelites and they're going to die. See? So it's the same thing, brothers. So what are we going to do? We got to come together and do what Yahushua says, so that death angel can pass us by. 1,000 shall fall on your left and 1,000 shall fall on your right, but no death shall come. You know, say it won't come near you if you're doing the right thing. If you're in Yahushua, understand? So this is what we are dealing with here. So now, when you go back to Matthew 24:9. Right? Matthew 24:9, and read that for us.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Right. Go ahead.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved.
Right. So now, he read Matthew 24:9-13. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted? Uh-oh. Some of us are going to be afflicted in these last days. Yeah, the Antichrist is going to take some of us. He's going to afflict some of us. Understand? Especially if you're not going to bow down and take your chip. What do you think was going to happen? See? Did you hear in Oakland, today or yesterday or whatever, they came with their martial law in certain parts of the city, and they drove tanks right in the middle of the city and went in some people's houses and took them. It wasn't like a full-scale thing, but I think they took a few people out their houses, from what I hear. But we'll check it out more. But this is how they gonna come. They're gonna come just like that. So, and they're gonna flip, and it says, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for Yahweh's sake. See? Especially the ones of us that are teaching the word of Yahweh. Because that's what he said. He said, the world shall hate you for his sake. See? Because he testified, the works in the world, they're evil. So if you're going to speak the testimony of Yahweh, right, then they're going to hate you too. See? And and said you're going to be delivered up and afflicted. Right? Yeah.
And could we also say when, like, the tribulation period, when that destruction happening, you might have to tell them that's our God is doing that.
That the Most High is doing that?
Yeah. That's our God is doing that. The storm recede, the stone drop.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that might make the nation really angry.
Yeah.
Come.
How about that? Yeah, because,
We do that anyway.
right. Yeah, we're going to show the people, look, this is the Most High's judgment. He's bringing that. Right? And they're going to hate that. Especially when these two anointed prophets come along. These two anointed prophets, when they come, the two anointed prophets, and it says that nobody will be able to touch them. They're going to prophesy, and they're going to bring out all the sins of what the people are doing. Not only in Jerusalem, but all over the earth, and all their sins. Right? And so it says, if any man shall hurt them or even touch them in this manner, they shall be put to death. Of course, they're going to have spiritual power. By the manner of the Most High and Yahushua, they're going to be put to death. Understand? Of course, at the end of their testimony, the two anointed ones that are going to prophesy, they are, of course, the people are going to rush them and kill them. Okay? But, of course, that's the Most High allowing it to happen. And then after 3 days, their bodies are going to be lifted up into the heavens. And then the people are really going to be afraid. So these things are going to happen. Right? And so that's why, and then he says, and shall hate one another, betray one another, and hate one another. See? And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. How about that, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to leave them out in the street.
Yeah.
Be mocked.
Yeah.
By people passing by.
Then
they're going to.
Yeah. for 3 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Come.
And it says, many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. See? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. See? So where there was love, it's not going to be that anymore. Understand? So this is how the Most High is going to bring this thing. It's going to be a lot of turmoil. Understand? In the streets and stuff. So that's why we have to be prepared in Yahushua, right? So that a lot of this turmoil won't touch us. Now, when you go to Revelation 6 and 9, it should explain some of this. They shall deliver you up, in Matthew 24 and 9, they shall deliver you up and be afflicted and kill you. Well, in Revelation 6 and 9, right, the brother's going to read that. And so what is this really talking about? Okay, the 9th verse.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 9. And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh, and for the testimony which they held. Verse 10.
Okay, so, hold on right there. So, Matthew 24 and 9. Revelation 6 and 9, see? And when they opened the fifth seal is broken now, right? By Yahushua. He saw under the altar are the souls of them that were slain for the word. There's going to be brothers that are going to be slain because we're teaching the word of Yahushua. That's right, brothers.
Okay.
Nothing was done without some sacrifices. There's no redemption without bloodshed. Some brothers are going to be sacrificed, but still, when you get up into the spiritual world, then that's when the Most High redeems you, and he said he's going to put crowns on you and so forth. Understand?
Okay.
And some of these men are going to be the 144,000. Yeah. They're going to come back with Yahushua, with the angels. Understand? Because the reason why we know this, because as you read on down, it's going to tell you, they're going to say, Lord, how long do we got to wait here so we can get back at our enemies? See? Lord said, just a little while longer. Just wait a little while longer. You will. See? So these particular brothers, some brothers are going to be slain for the word that they're teaching. You're teaching the word of Yahushua. See? But don't worry, you're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back with power. See? Understand? With power. All right? So he said in 9, and when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under this altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahushua and for the testimony which they held. The testimony, of course, is the word of Yahushua, the Mashiach Yahushua. Weren't the apostles slain? Just about all the apostles were pretty much slain. I mean, maybe John, maybe he died of old age. See? John the Revelator. Huh? Yeah. But the rest of them were pretty much, slain somehow. Understand? So, and then you read the 10th verse now?
Verse 10. Revelation chapter 6, verse 10. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long?
Who cried with a loud voice?
Souls.
Yeah, the men that were slain for the word. They cried with a loud voice. Now, where are they crying at? Here on earth?
The spiritual.
No, they're in the spiritual world, before the throne of the Most High. How about that, huh? They're before the throne of the Most High. And what are they going to ask the Most High? Go ahead, Shania.
How long, O Yahweh, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
Right, so that's how you know they're where? In the spiritual world. That's how you know. And they're asking the Most High, how long, oh Lord, is this going to take place? How long we got to wait? I'm mentioning to get back to kill somebody.
Right, when are you going to judge and bring vengeance?
Yeah, when are you going to bring vengeance? But the Lord answers them. He says what? Shouldn't y'all read that?
Verse 11. And white robes were given unto every one of them.
See? White robes were given unto every one of them. See? White represents what?
Pure.
Pure. So these men have kept the faith, right? Kept the faith, taught Yahushua's word, was slain for it, went up into the spiritual world, and now the Lord saying, okay, now you've done a good job. I'm going to reward you with white robes. See? And you also read that when you read about the 144,000. See? The 144,000, they're in the spiritual world, getting these crowns and praising the Most High. So some of these souls are the 144,000 too. Understand? And so he says, giving them white robes, right? Go ahead, Chanel.
And white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season.
Yeah, rest a little while. See? Because they're in the spiritual world, so they're resting anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're all right now. Rest a little season. Go ahead.
Rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
Uh-oh. So more people of our people going to be killed? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. See? So just rest a little season, right? Until your fellow brethren should be killed as they were, right? And that means it has to be fulfilled. Some more of our people are going to be put to death, right? Die in this thing. The sacrifice. 2/3, it says, are going to be sacrificed, right? So as they were, right? And so the Most High is answering their question when they ask, how long do we got to wait? He's answering their question. And so, once again, back to Matthew 24:9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. Well, that's them. See? It connects to Revelation 6 and 9. See, that's them. Shall kill you. Right? And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Understand? Okay, and it says, yeah, and then it says, these martyred souls were asking the Lord in the spiritual world, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? See? These martyred souls, they were like martyred souls, were comforted and given the white robe, a symbol of purity. All right? And then when you read Revelation 20th chapter and the 4th verse, read Revelation 20 and 4.
The book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 4.
Right.
And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded.
Right, see? The souls of them that were beheaded. Revelation what? Revelation 6 and 9. I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain. Some of us are going to be beheaded. That's why the Illuminati got all kinds of,
They got the guillotines.
they got the guillotines out. The
Like
guillotines are here.
3,000 of them.
Yeah.
It's like the Byzantine, the dead people.
Mm-hmm. The guillotines are here, brother. They're going to behead some people. But don't worry, being beheaded ain't all that bad because it's quick. What a war it's not? That's probably the quickest way you could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would rather go that way than, you know what I'm saying? Being tortured and stuff. Yeah, Mike?
Let me ask you, you figure they got the guillotine because it's more biblical?
No, yeah, because that's the most size.
It's to make a point to those that know the truth.
Yeah, they know the truth. Yeah.
Shut your head off.
Yeah, I mean, it has to fit, Scripture has to be fulfilled.
Fine.
So the Most High got them bringing the guillotines because it's going to be fulfilled in that Scripture.
And they did the job.
Because really, that's the most humane, because when you got the head in there and it cuts the spinal cord, you won't feel anything.
No, you don't feel it, yeah. It's quick.
Better than
Because you rather, that's the Most High having mercy, I would think, you know what I'm saying?
Only you there all day.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be beheaded, but still, you know, that's like a merciful way, you know what I'm saying? Believe it or not.
You don't see it coming.
Then your spirit goes up to the Most High. That's it, it's over. Done deal, right? Christ alive. I said, wait a minute, I don't know about that.
The guillotines that they got now, it's all high tech. They got the blade a certain way, how to chop it. You see it.
Chop it up on an angle.
Yeah, they got the blades like a certain angle.
Give it shape up.
Yeah.
Something like a samurai sword.
But remember, what did the Most High say about the path of this thing? Path is narrow into the kingdom.
Yeah.
Right? You got to be able to walk it. So now everybody's, when people hear about guillotine, my head been chopped off, no, I'm going to bow down to the Antichrist. Give me the mark. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to die when you get that mark, you sold out. You finished anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The best thing to know, and also the merciful thing to know, is that we in here know that.
Know that,
so
right.
we know it's coming.
We know it's coming.
Jake in the street,
Right. And that's where the fear going to come on them more intense rather than
because
us
it's
in
going to hit
here.
them by surprise.
Yeah.
And they gonna get the slow death.
Right.
That's when
Right. Exactly.
That's when they might betray one another.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like we read further up in Matthew 24:9.
Yeah.
That's when they will betray of one another.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Good
That's
point.
why
Not me, this one.
Yeah. How about that?
Right, Barak?
That's a good point. Yeah.
They're talking about we in the truth, not Jacob.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the truth, and betray one.
Betray one. Yeah. It always starts in the truth first.
You might shave a beard.
You're going to have brothers that know the Israelites, they're going to betray one another, and they're going to take the mark of the beast.
You might shave a beard, the shallow one brother. Oh.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Correct. It always starts with us first, then it goes out there in the world. So you got a good point there. So, and then, did you finish Revelation 20 and 4?
No,
Yeah. Now read it one more time.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw the thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua Christ, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years.
Right, see? So, these souls, these brothers that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, meaning they spoke the testimony of Yahushua, because we're here in these times, so we're sort of reincarnated back in these times, but we're still a witness to Yahushua. Because you're a witness because you're teaching the word. It's spiritual. So we still witnessed it, and now we're back again teaching the word, and so we still become those same witnesses. And so now here it is. It says, why were they beheaded? Because they didn't worship what? The beast. This Antichrist that is coming. They didn't worship him. See? Understand? Neither his image. There's going to be an image made of him. They got an ice image of Obama in Israel now. He's due in Israel March 20th, and they got an ice sculpture of Obama. They said it's big.
Ice?
Yeah, made out of ice.
I knew it was doing it.
It's not the real image that's going to be made, but right now they're starting with an ice image.
Prototype.
Yeah, they're starting with an ice image, and it's of Obama.
In Egypt, you said?
No, in Israel.
Israel.
He's going to visit Israel March 20th,
Okay.
and it's going to be a couple days before they put that new pope in office, more than likely, and 5 days before the Passover. So they got everything sort of.
The chip coming up
And
on
4
the
days before the
23rd.
Chip coming out on
Chip coming
23rd.
up on the 23rd.
The chip's coming out on 23rd. So he's going to Israel for something, you know. He might be trying to sign that peace deal, you know, just that covenant deal. You never know what he's doing, but they're doing something. And so they made an ice image of him already. See?
And the movie's coming out with Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen, yeah.
Skull and Bones today.
Yeah, how about that? You're right.
And the world will start from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that'll be the
47 day,
47th day.
Yeah.
47
From-
Super Bowl, 47 day, and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah. It'll be 47 days from when the Super Bowl is. That'll be March 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, 322, which is the Skull and Bones number. So they got everything planned out. But I said, what, an ice image? They got an image of him like that for him. People gonna start bowing down to this devil already, right? Of Obama. So
Barak, question.
yeah,
The whole fact for bowing to an Antichrist is Israel the one bowing to that image, right?
yeah.
Because I was looking, that start from them bill that started of Martin Luther King.
Yeah,
I think it started there, they put that in people head because people was bowing down, kissing.
right. Bowing down to it. Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Get them used to bowing to an image. Yeah.
They put something in their head already.
Yeah. Yeah, get them used to bowing to an image. Yeah, I agree with that. And, you know, just like Nebuchadnezzar had his image built, and if you didn't bow down to it, what happened? You were beheaded.
But just like they still have the pyramid, the monument next to it, which is the
Yeah.
phallic object also.
Phallic
So-
symbol, yeah.
So it's not just the image, is that
Yeah.
grimy
Yeah.
Nimrod phallic symbol.
Phallic symbol, correct. And so it says but it says these souls didn't bow down to the beast, neither his image, right? Neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. See? So now you're saying this chip is going to come out the 23rd? Understand?
Yeah, 23rd.
And so that's the chip that they're going to put in people's hands and foreheads?
Obamacare.
Yeah, it's part of Obamacare. So here it is. So that means, and they're gonna start out by asking people to do it, I'm pretty sure. But after a while, they're gonna force you to do it.
Yeah.
Then that's when you got to make a decision. What's my decision? You know, you got to make that decision to say, no, I don't want no chip in my hand or my forehead or whatever they're gonna put it.
Yeah, starting with healthcare, so to really only affect the elderly and the young people
Yeah.
that are sick. Then it's gonna go to the bank,
Right.
no money. Then it's gonna go to the grocery
Right.
store, no food.
No food.
Then it's gonna go to your job. Once it hits your job, it's finished.
It's finished, right?
Yeah,
So it's gonna be like a process.
Huh.
Right. Yeah, Mike?
I got one question, this chip, you said the 23rd?
Yeah, this is when they're gonna implement,
Obamacare.
part of Obamacare. It's part of Obamacare anyway. And the chip is gonna be sort of implemented, or they're gonna come out with it. And then they're gonna tell you how they're gonna implement it. And they're probably gonna ask people to do it first, and it's probably gonna be in a certain, community.
Right.
And then it'll probably be in, let's say, they may say, okay, we start out with, the elderly, or they start out with a certain group of people first.
They gonna start off with welfare people.
Or
No,
welfare
no,
people,
that's what I'm saying, with no,
Yeah.
because it's dealing with no health care.
no health care.
This is free health care.
Yeah,
Mara,
Yeah.
they said the purpose of it is to boost the economy.
yeah, you're right.
So
Right.
the problem is, you see Bloomberg going around banning everything.
Yeah,
That's why there was a thing on TV yesterday, they told you, they know people hacking into the system, cyber war.
right,
And they told you you have no paying your bills online and all these stuff.
right.
So they might come with that too, cut out that, Bloomberg ban everything, bro.
Really?
They
Okay.
ban those ban card and say, get the chip, you use it.
And
nobody
get the
have
chip
it.
and use it,
So
correct.
They come with
So,
something.
how is the chip supposed to go in your skin? They gonna,
Some needle, some type of needle,
They
they
had it
got,
on YouTube, they had an Edomite take it.
yeah.
It goes right between your thumb and
Your thumb and your index
thumb and
finger.
your, right here, in this spot.
wasn't that on,
Mm-hmm,
G.I. Joe?
yeah. Well, yeah, in their movies, they showing you what they're
Yeah, they show
doing.
you
Right.
in the movies.
Right. So don't take it in your forehead or in your hand. Understand? And it's gonna come to that point where they're gonna eventually try to force you to do it. And that's the decision that you're gonna have to make, whether to take it or not. But you know, once you take it,
Finish.
That's it.
you finish. You receive the mark of the beast. See?
Slow down.
So this is why we gotta stand in one accord in Yahushua. See, our power is in Yahushua. Our protection is in Yahushua. See? Our protection in Yahushua is greater than anything that they got out here in the world. See? But if you're afraid and fearful, like the brother was saying, you're gonna have brothers who know they're Israelites are gonna end up taking the chip because of fear. Because they don't have that perfect love in Yahushua. Understand? And perfect love cast out fear. So it don't always mean that you're going to be delivered and saved because you know you're Israel. That don't mean nothing. Doesn't mean nothing, brother. See? Understand? And then it says they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years, of course. So they reigned and lived with Yahushua 1,000. These are the martyred souls now. Understand? These are the martyred souls who lived and reigned with Yahushua. These martyred souls, we just read it, are going to be in the spiritual world. They're going to live and reign with Yahushua. I mean, what? They're going in the spiritual world. They got to wait for everything to happen. Then they're going to come back with Yahushua, and of course they're going to have spiritual power. Then we're going to take over the whole earth. And that's pretty much, you read about the 144,000, how they're going to come back with Yahushua and take over the whole earth. Understand? So that'll be like Yahushua's men on the earth, his administration on the earth. He gonna rule from the spiritual world, but his administration, 144,000, gonna rule on the earth with spiritual power and in righteousness, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Understand? So, and then we're gonna go out and search out these devils in their caves, in their underwater cities and caves they got everywhere where they're hiding in the rocks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're trying to hide in outer space too. They're talking about going to Mars. So we're gonna go out there too. Because 144,000 will be able to go out there. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna, wherever they at, we're gonna go get them. So Esau's finished. So that Revelation 20:4 relates to that, right? Where it says they shall, in Matthew 24:9, they shall deliver you up and to be afflicted and shall kill you. Understand? So it relates to that. And, okay, and that's that. So now, you're going to read, like Ryan, Matthew 24 and 14. Start the 14th verse.
Okay, reading Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all the nations, and then shall the end come.
Right. See, so the gospel has to be preached everywhere. And it is. See? And it's being preached by brothers now and just about everywhere. In all the different continents and so forth, right?
Cool.
Now, Shenya, get Mark 13 and 10. Mark 13 and 10.
Could you explain the purpose, Barak, for the gospel preaching in all the earth?
I said again?
Could you explain the purpose for the gospel to preach in all of the nation?
Well, so it can be a witness that the Most High's word is true. See?
And that Yahushua comes back.
And that Yahushua coming back. See, Most High's word is true. See? And by teaching the testimony, the people are able to see that whatever this testimony says, that the Most High is going to make it happen. See? Understand? Because the Most High said, let his word be true, let every man a liar. So it'll be a witness. I know Prophet Allah had this.
Okay, cool.
And also, you gotta remember that the Most High is just.
It's just, right?
Just like when you go to court, they can't punish you for a crime
Right.
unless you know, well,
Why?
you gotta know, well, you should not do this.
Right.
So the Most High wants his word to be out there so everybody would know, so that when
Why
you
I'm punishing.
judge them,
Yeah.
you can't say, well, I didn't know.
Exactly. Good point. How about that?
Yeah, I just wanted to back it up with saying, and it said that every knee will bow and every tongue shall confess.
Yeah.
Can't confess nothing you don't know.
That's right. How
But
about
you have to know.
You have to know it, right? Isn't that something? So it's not just by coincidence. You got brothers all over the place teaching. See, the Most High want it like that, and it's going to increase.
And
Yeah,
also
but-
too, because the truth was not taught.
It was not
That
taught.
was falsehood.
Right.
And the truth has to be taught who the children of Israel
True,
really
right,
are.
right.
Because the whole world believed that bull crap.
That crap, right?
Those rats over there to keep up the Most High.
Right.
You understand? that has to be destroyed.
Destroyed, right?
Allah has to be totally destroyed, man.
Good point, right? So all those points are good. You know what I'm saying? And so now you see why. That's why it has to be preached all over the world as a witness, so that the Most High's word will stand. And not only that, the Bible is in every language, right? It's everywhere, anyway. But still, they still believe lies, even though they have the Bible. So now the testimony has to come to them, okay, through the Bible. The true testimony. Huh?
We have the hardest translation.
Yeah.
Because they say that, I remember I was in Jamaica, I was speaking to this group, our Chinese in the camp, and he had his Bible. So you know the Bible, John 3:16, for God so loved the world?
Yeah.
His Bible, it said, for God so loved our world.
Our world.
Our
Really?
world.
How about
Yeah,
that?
that's the Chinese translation of
Wow,
John 3:16.
our world.
For
How
God
about
so
that?
loved our world that he gave his only begotten son.
How
So
about
we
that?
read ours and he read his. So we say, you see where we're coming from?
Right, right.
And he's a Chinese knowing, but the blacks never know.
They never knew that. How
And
about
you see
that?
God loved the world.
All they did was take the word out, and then, you know what I'm saying?
So,
You got a whole Christian dogma based off that one thing. Unbelievable. So read that, Mark.
Mark
13 and 10.
13 and 10. The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 10. And the gospel must first be published among all nations.
Right, see? So the end is not going to come until the gospel is preached amongst all nations. All right, that's what it's basically saying. And then Romans 10:18. Romans 10:18. Romans 10:18.
The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 18. But I say, have they not heard?
Yeah, I say, haven't they heard? Go ahead.
Yes, verily. Their sound went into all the earth,
It went to all the earth. Go ahead.
and their words unto the ends of the world.
Right. See, the testimony of Yahushua unto the ends of the whole world. See? So it's going out. Right? And so is going out in truth and in righteousness, like Ben said, to dispel the lies that is happening out there, right? Now, when you go back to Matthew 24 and Matthew 24, well, now we're coming upon the second question. Remember in Matthew 24 and 3, there were 3 questions that had to be answered, right? So we answered the first one, said, tell us when these things shall be.
Second one, and what shall be the sign of thy coming?
Okay, now we go to Matthew 24 and 15. All right, Matthew 24 and 15, the sign of thy coming, right?
Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abominations of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Right. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Now, what's the abomination of desolation? See? The abomination of desolation, what was that image that Nebuchadnezzar put up?
Idol.
An idol. The abomination of desolation is an idol. Okay? That's basically what it is, an idol. Hold on. And so, okay. So when you go to Daniel 9:27, it's going to tell you that. Go to Daniel 9:27 right quick. It's going to tell you about the overspreading of abominations. Okay?
Can we read it?
Yeah. Just read the 27th verse.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week.
Well, that confirmation of the covenant is talking about the Antichrist making a covenant, okay, for one week. The 1 week, of course, is what? The last week of the 70 weeks of the prophecy that's in the 24th verse. 1 week is equal to 7 years. Understand? 1 week is equal to 7 years. 7-year tribulation period. 1 week is equal to 7 years. The Antichrist shall confirm a covenant with many, right, for 1 week, right? And more likely, this many is talking about with the Jews, with somebody of the Jews. Understand? More likely the real Jews. It's going to be somebody, the real Jew. Esau may be amongst it too. See? So-called fake Jew. But somebody, the real Jew, going to be there too. Understand? Because it has to apply to the real Jews. See? And go ahead, Doc.
And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week.
See, and shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. Go ahead.
And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease.
See? He's going to cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. Which means what? In the last days here, over there in Israel, they're going to build a temple. A temple's going to be built. Understand? Esau already got the groundwork for it. He already got everything for it. He even got the gold and everything for it. It's going to be built. So that means they're going to be, the sacrifices are going to be made. It's going to be brought back to sacrificing of animals and all that. It's going to be made. Understand? So the Antichrist is going to, what? Call the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. When is he going to do that? Well, in the midst of the 7 year. Understand? In the midst of the middle of the 7 years is 3.5 years. At the end of 3.5 years, and the beginning of the next 3.5, that's when he's going to do this. Understand? He's going to cause it to stop. And why would he do that? Why would the Antichrist cause it to stop? When he's probably the one that had initiated it, why would he cause it to stop? Well, it's going to tell you to do what? Go ahead, up. And for?
And the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abominations. He shall make it desolate.
Right. The overspreading of abominations. What abominations? Now you go back to Matthew 24 and 15 and read that again. Correct, Brian?
Matthew 24:15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation.
Right, see? So when we see this abomination, desolation, this image, and what did Revelation 20:4 say? That those souls of the men that were beheaded, they didn't bow down to this image. It would be an image, more than likely, of the Antichrist built up real high. See, real high. Same thing Nebuchadnezzar did. You got to read it in Daniel, what Nebuchadnezzar did. He built an image real high of himself too. Like a forerunner, he's like a forerunner of the Antichrist, Nebuchadnezzar. And he had the people bow down. You didn't bow down to it, you were put to death. See? So the same thing here. So the Most High is telling Israel, when you see this, get the hell out. That means we're going to be in the land. We're going to be, some of us are going to be in Jerusalem. Some of us are going to be there, right? He says, get the hell out, right? Spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. So where's the holy place? Well, we know, right? Jerusalem, Israel, right? That's the holy place. It has to be stood in the holy place, right? It says, whoso readeth, let him understand. See? You have to understand this thing. So what did the Lord say in Daniel? He said, the wise Daniel shall understand, but the unwise, they're not going to understand. See? So that's why it's a blessing to get to know this truth and learn it. And the Lord open up your eyes. And some brothers, once again, they're going to know the Israelites, but they're still going to be unwise. Like the brother was saying. They're still going to be unwise. Huh? And so they're not going to understand that this abomination of desolation that's going to be built probably in the temple, outside, or just close to the temple, is an abomination. You got to flee out of the land at that time. And so that's why it's going to tell you to flee out the land. Then it says, right, that's the sign. That's one of the signs, to flee out the land. And then, let's see, Daniel 12:11. Get that up. Daniel 12:11. And it's going to tell you about the same thing. The abomination of desolation.
The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 11. Mm-hmm. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away.
Now, when's it going to be taken away? In the midst of the 7-year tribulation period, which is at the end of the first 3.5 years. That daily sacrifice, they're sacrificing, there's animals on the altar and their sins and for their sins and so forth. Well, the Antichrist is going to come and say, no, it's enough. That's it. It's over with. He's going to build his image real high. See? So this is why it's saying, at that time, the daily sacrifice shall be taken away. And what's going to be put up? Go ahead, Shanyan.
Shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up.
Set up. It's going to be set up. Right? Go ahead.
There shall be 1,290 days.
Right. Meaning 1,290 days. Which is equal to about 3.5 years, maybe 1 month. All right? So from that time, it shall be taken away, the abomination of desolation set up, there shall be, so about 3.5 years. Understand? And then that's when it's going to happen. In the midst of the 3.5 years, it's going to be taken away. That statue is going to be put up, and then people are going to have to come and bow down to it. And if you don't, you're going to be put to death. That's what is going to happen when this 7-year tribulation period starts, right? Okay, so now when you go back to Matthew 24, across the line, Brian, right? Mm-hmm. Now read 16.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Right. Let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. See? At that time, the Israelites that are in Judea, in other words, in Israel, at that time he's saying flee out. That means a lot of us are going to have to be there at that time. Where you don't have many of us in there now. except for maybe a few thousand or so of our people, right? But it's going to be a lot more in there. See? In Jerusalem at that time. He said, those of you that are there, when you see the abomination desolations flee out of the land, that means we got to flee back out. We just got there. Probably try to build a house. Listen, no, you ain't building nothing. Get back out. That's another thing. Don't start building houses and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna have time to live in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe get an apartment or something, a one-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to flee back out. Understand? See? Okay. So when you see that, flee into the mountains. So get back out of the land. Go ahead, up.
Then let him which is on the housetop not come down
Right.
to take anything out of his house.
Right. In other words, don't take anything out of your house. What you want to carry all that stuff for? You know what I'm saying? It's going to weigh you down. Get out. See? Go ahead, up.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
Right, see? You can't return back to take your clothes. Go ahead, up.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
See? Now you see where this comes in at? See? Woe unto them that are with child and give suck in those days. Understand? You having a baby, or the mother has the baby, and all of a sudden the abomination desolation is set up. Uh-oh. And now I'm on the run. You understand? Yeah. I'm on the run now. See? You can't go back in the house and try to pack bags and all that. You got to get on the run. See? Understand? But that's what the Most High is showing us, that we're going to have to start getting out of the land, right? Go ahead, Op.
But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Yeah, see, pray that it's not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath. Which leads us to believe what? That it might be on the winter, in the winter, and on the Sabbath. Right?
Well, he said if you don't pray right, you don't suffer enough prayers.
Right. Understand? Because it could be on those days. It could be during the season of the winter time. Understand? So, and then he said, what's going to happen? Go ahead, up.
For then shall be great tribulation.
Yeah, great. So now, this is the great tribulation period. We're in the middle of the 7-year tribulation period. It started, when this tribulation period started, the beginning of the 7 weeks, the 1 week, which is the end of the 70 weeks, is the beginning of the last week of the 70 weeks, right? It's 7 years long. So you had the tribulation, and then in the midst, when the last 3.5 years start, that'll be the great tribulation period. So there's going to be a greater tribulation than the regular tribulation period. That's going to be hell on earth, brother.
Still mercy, because it's only like 3.5
Yeah, 3.5 years, see? So go ahead, Op.
For then shall there be great tribulation, such as was not seen, not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Right, see? So you're going to have all kinds of, upheavals, earthquakes, bloodshed, death, pestilence, everything, see, that the Most High is going to bring in this last tribulation period. And by this time, you're going to have the demonic forces of Satan in the earth, because they're going to be kicked out of heaven.
Okay.
This time you're going to have Satan, he's going to be in the earth. He's going to be kicked out of heaven. That's why it's the great tribulation, because it says he has but a short time. So he's going to wreak havoc, because now he's no more in the spiritual realm anymore. He's in the earth. Yahushua, Michael, Archangel, and kicked him into the earth, and now he's in a whole little fleshly body. You know what I'm saying? Now he's losing power. That's what it means. From the spiritual realm into the earth, you lost a lot of power. See, so now he's going to come and begin to wreak havoc. And guess he's going to direct it towards the Israelites. Pharaoh did it. See? Herod did it. Right. Nebuchadnezzar did it. Antiochus did it. Napoleon did it. See? These are all like pre-Antichrists. They all have that spirit like that. To get Israel. All throughout history, Israel was always the target. During the time of Abraham, it was Nimrod. Nimrod did it. See? So it was always throughout history. So here we are again. And that same spirit of Nimrod is back. And this is Babylon the Great. So that same spirit is back, and he's going to attack the Israelites. So go ahead, up.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Right, so the Most High is going to shorten the days. Right, he's going to shorten the days. For the elect's sake, he says.
Right.
He will shorten the days.
Hallelujah.
All right. So now, let's see, Revelation 12 now. We'll go along with that, right? Matthew 24 and 16 to 22. Revelation 12, right? And 13. Start from the 13th verse.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth.
Who's the dragon?
Satan.
Right. When he seen that he was cast into the earth, understand? Now go up and read the 9th verse now. How do we know he's going to be cast? Because it's going to tell you. Now start from the 7th verse. This is how we know he's going to be cast into the earth. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
There's going to be a war in the heavens. See, in the spiritual heavens, it's going to be a war. Go ahead.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
See, Michael and the angels, Michael and angels are going to fight against who? Satan. And it's going to be a spiritual war up there. You won't even see it happening. It's going to be up there. It's going to happen. Understand?
Probably something happened.
So if that war is happening in the spiritual world, don't think it's going to manifest in the earth. It's going to manifest itself in the earth too. See? So while Yahushua and Michael and archangels are fighting Satan up there, and then when they kick Satan down here into the earth, that means it's going to transform itself from the heavens, spiritual heavens, into the earth. That means Yahushua, Michael, and the archangels got to come into the earth to fight him. They're going to kick him out of the heavens, then they're going to come into the earth to fight him too. That's where some of us are going to get involved. See? Go ahead, up.
And his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought, and his angels.
The dragon got angels?
Fine.
Yeah. But they are what? Yeah, demonic forces. Right. They're demonic forces. That's what it means. And his angels. They're demonic forces, right?
Fine.
And so read the 8th verse.
Verse 8. And prevailed not.
So Satan's going to lose. The dragon will lose the war. Spiritual war. Go ahead. Go ahead, up.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
So, the spiritual forces of Satan, that spirit is not going to be found no more in the spiritual world. It's not going to be there. Understand? So that's why when the scripture says, you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and high places. Yeah, now we are, because they're still in the spiritual world. Understand? But eventually, they're going to be kicked out to the vibration of Satan. That negative vibration is no more going to be up there. It's going to be where?
Right
down
down
here. See, it's down here now, but I mean, really it's going to be, that whole vibration will be down here. That's why it says it's going to be the great tribulation, because the whole vibration is coming down here. See? And you even begin to feel it now. You're tired now. You get 8 hours sleep, you wake up, you're tired. Why? Because that vibration is heavy now. So it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Understand? And the days get quick. Days are quick. See? Yeah, the days are just quick. It come so quick. And so you can't catch up with your body. Your body is tired. You can't get no rest, because those demonic forces, those are spirits, seducing spirits, are in the earth. And they're heavy. It's a heavy burden on you. See? So they tire you out. See? So no more will it be found in their place. No more found in the heavens. How about that? Go ahead, up. 9th verse now.
Verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out.
That's Satan. Right? The great dragon. He's called the dragon. Go ahead.
That old serpent.
That's Satan. See?
Called the devil.
That's Satan.
And Satan.
And Satan. Right, see? So it goes by all those names. See? Now when you read in the scriptures throughout history, he was called all those different things. See? He was a serpent in the garden. Understand? He was that same demon, that Satan, when Job was tempted. So the Most High said, go ahead, you can tempt Job. That was Satan. Same one that tempted Yahushua. When Yahushua fasted 40 days and 40 nights, that was the devil. Didn't it say the devil came to him to tempt him? Satan. All throughout the histories, Satan. That's been the battle, right? So, and then it says what, Shanyal, which does what?
Which deceiveth the whole world.
The whole world deceived by Satan. Understand? So now in the physical, in the flesh, who represents Satan? Barack Obama, Esau, the Pope, the next Pope they're going to put in by March 22nd, 23rd. The Gentiles, they all represent Satan. Some of our people, Israelites, that are wicked as hell, they represent Satan too. See? That's why the Most High said, I'm going to choose an elect and bring them out of there. See? Okay, go ahead, Shanya. He was what?
Which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Right, see? So he deceived the whole world, and he was cast out into the earth. See? And the angels that were with him. Those demonic forces are going to come down in the earth too. That means they got to take bodies. They got to come in a body. To be in the earth, you got to take a body. Whose body, I wonder, they going to take? Better hope it ain't your body. Yeah, but they're going to take bodies. Satan got to come in a body. More than likely, it would be the Antichrist's body. More than likely. But because the Antichrist is already known, he's going to be already crowned a king. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he's going to take that. Right. See? So, they got to take bodies. So, it's going to be havoc in the earth. And they know they have but a short time. Right? And so, how do we know that? When you read down the 12th verse. Read the 12th verse now.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you.
So he said, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. For the devil has come where?
Down unto you.
He's come down unto you now. That's going to be soon up. We're talking about Satan himself. We're not talking about somebody with the devil spirit in him. We're talking about the actual entity. He's coming down. See? Understand? From the spiritual world into the earth. Go ahead, up.
Having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
That's right. He's having great wrath. Now, what is this devil going to do? What is Satan going to do because he knows he has but a short time? This is what we read in Matthew 24. Okay, it said, when you see the abomination of desolation, let them which be in the Judea flee out of the land. So when Satan come down and get kicked out of the heavens into the earth, in Revelation 12 and 13, Shanya says what?
And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth.
See, when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, now what's he going to do? Go ahead.
He persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child.
And who's the woman?
Israel.
He's going to persecute us. We're talking about great wrath. He's going to persecute. He's going to kill a whole lot of our people. Remember, 2/3 of our people got to be put away. So he's going to kill a whole lot of our people out.
66%.
Yeah. A whole lot of people going to be killed. Persecuted, right? So, and of course, the man-child is who?
Yahushua.
That's Yahushua. Yeah, Israel's the woman who's going to bring forth the man-child. It says man-child because referring back to when Yahushua, the baby, right, coming forth. But now he's a man, and he's not going to be born into the earth this time. How's he coming this time?
Spiritual power.
Yeah, coming out of the heavens with spiritual power, man-child. See? And of course, we're the ones, we're the Israelites. We're longing or like in birth or pregnant, waiting for Yahushua to come. That's what it means. See? Remember the scripture says in the last days, like a woman who's pregnant, she has a woman in travail, birth pains. until the actual baby's delivered. So that's what we're waiting on. We're going through his birth pains right now. See, and we're waiting on Yahushua to come out the heavens, sort of like to be born again, come out, or reborn again, come out the heavens, right? But he'll be Yahushua, come out the heaven. See, so he's going to persecute the woman. Okay, that 14th verse.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness.
Right. See? Now you see where the woman, the ones of us that be in Judea, it says flee. Meaning the Lord is going to give you the spirit to run into the wilderness. Understand? Go into the wilderness. 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly. Where? Into the wilderness. Understand? So now when we come out of Egypt, where did the Lord take us?
To the wilderness.
Into the wilderness. Into the wilderness. So it's going to happen again. Something like that, right? Into the wilderness. Right? Why? Because who's going to be running after us?
Satan.
Right. Satan
And his angels.
and his angels are going to be coming after us. Back in Egypt, we come into Egypt, who's coming after us?
Satan.
Satan.
Yeah, which is Pharaoh and his army. So it was Pharaoh and his army, right?
Same thing.
Same type of thing, right? So into the wilderness, right? And go ahead, Shinyat.
That she might fly into the wilderness, into her place.
Into her place. Okay. Go ahead.
Into her place where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time.
Right, see? So she's going to be nourished. In other words, there's going to be a place the Most High is going to have for Israel. To be nourished for a time and times. Time is 1 year. Times is 2 years. And a half is 3.5 years. Showing you that this is going to be the beginning of the last half of the 7-year tribulation period when this is going to happen. And we're going to be nourished in the wilderness in a certain place, right? And then when you read the book of Isaiah, it tells you that we're going to be in a certain place that's going to cover us, right? And we're going to be nourished, and nourishment, the Lord's going to feed us and everything, and we're going to like hide there until those 3.5 years. All right, understand? And so when that happens, of course, the Satan, he's going to chase us. He's going to be coming after us. So read the rest of that, Shania.
That she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time.
Go ahead.
From the face of the serpent.
Right. You're going to be away from the serpent. You're going to be hidden. The remnant of these people are going to be hidden from the face of the serpent. He won't be able to find us. All right? But he is going to chase us. Just like Pharaoh chased the Israelites into the wilderness, and then the Most High opened the Red Sea, we went through, see? Then when he tried to go through, the water came back on him and killed him. So something similar here going to happen too. It says in the 15th verse, go ahead.
Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman.
Yeah. He cast out of his mouth water as a flood. After Israel is the woman after Israel. Because, of course, Satan still going to have power. He's going to still have certain power. So he's going to be able to do things, bring things out of his mouth. You see that in the movie The Mummy, where he was able to bring things out of his mouth and bees or whatever. See, he's going to have certain power.
Is that flood could be also considered his armies, right?
Yeah, it could be his armies too. Yeah, I was going to bring that.
Oh,
But it could be his armies too. Yeah.
To the flood.
Yeah. Understand? He could give the orders from his armies and say, look, go kill them. See? In other words, casting out waters meaning casting out destruction or orders for destruction and bloodshed. See? To go chase them wherever they go and go get them and kill them. Go kill all of them. You know, that's what Pharaoh was going to do, right? Right? Okay, go ahead, Shania.
And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
See? Meaning carried away, meaning destroyed by it. Whatever it is. Whatever Satan's going to use. He wants Israel to be destroyed by it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they had on the news the other day that they can let out them drones on American citizens.
Yeah.
On American.
An American citizen. Right, how about that?
Without even asking, without even giving warning or anything.
Yeah. How about that? And yeah, they plan on doing that. You know, you can see that. So now the 17th verse, yeah.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. And the woman was wroth. No, Slacky. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Wroth means what?
Angry.
Yeah, angry. Yeah, mad as hell. Because he's not going to be able to get this remnant here. He's not going to be able to get them. Understand? Go ahead, up.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman. And
That means what? He wasn't able to get them. So that made him mad. He couldn't kill those Israelites there. So what's he going to do? Go ahead.
and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Oh, there's more Israelites somewhere. So if I can't get that one over there, that crew over there, let me go over to this other area where the Israelites are at and get them and kill them. See? Understand? And that's what it's going to come in his mind. Let's do that. Okay, let me go to America. Let me get them Israelites over there. See? That's where a lot of them are at. See? How about that? See? Go ahead, up. Finish that.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh, and have the testimony of Mashiach Yahweh
Right,
Christ.
see? Which keep the commandments. So there's going to be other Israelites somewhere in the earth that are going to be keeping the commandments, right? Could be America, wherever they're at. Satan is going to come after them, which keep the commandments. See? So that's why it's going to be, we're going to have a great deliverance. See? That's why we're going to need the protection of Yahushua. Deliver us. Because when Satan come into earth, that's it, brother. That's all she wrote. Understand? So, and then, okay. And then there was a third question too. That third question, Prophet Ibrahim, was what? When you go back to the third
And of the end of the world.
Yeah. So what we did was go over Matthew 24. There were 3 questions the disciples asked Yahushua. Right? The 3 questions that he asked Yahushua was what?
When shall these things be?
Right.
What shall be the sign of thy coming?
Right.
And of the end of the world?
Right. So that's what we were trying to answer when we're going from Matthew 24 to Revelation 6 and to Revelation 20 and 4 and also Revelation 12. We were answering those questions. Now, this last question, and the end of the world, right? So, and that's when you read Matthew 24, I'm talking the 29th verse.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
Right.
And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
How about that, see? So, immediately after the tribulation of those days, see? Tribulation period, right? Shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. I would say that's the most I can do that. He can darken the sun and the moon not give her light. Or it can be so much destruction you just won't see it. Understand?
Or it could be an eclipse.
Yeah, an eclipse. So the most I can do that, right? And the stars shall fall from heaven. Well, we've seen one fall from in Russia. See? Meteorites, right? Those are like stars, right? Meteorites falling from heaven. Oh, it's going to be a lot more than that. They said there's one coming tomorrow, apparently. They said that, right? Oh, it's going to come close. Not maybe not in the earth, but come close. So we've seen that can happen, right? And then the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. See? The powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Right? And read 30th verse.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Right, see? So even after all that, Yahushua is still not here. He said, after all that, then shall appear the sign of him, right? In heaven. Okay, go ahead, up.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Right. Why shall they mourn? Because what's going to happen? Go ahead, up.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Right. That's why they're going to mourn. And also, you know why they're going to mourn?
Come.
Because they're going to see Yahushua looking like what?
Black man.
Yeah. They're going to see him looking like a black man. That's why they're going to mourn.
Come.
Okay. 1 John 3 and 2. They're going to mourn. Wait a minute, all this time? I thought even Caesar Borgia, blonde hair, blue eyes, see? They're going to realize that that's Yahushua is really one of them. See?
Kill Ishikar.
Want me to read?
1 John 3 and 2.
1 John chapter 3, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth
Well, I
not...
tell you what, Senor, read the first verse, then read 2. Read the first verse.
So 3 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh.
Right, see? Meaning that's great love. See, what manner of love that he's bestowed, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. That means that kind of love surpasses everything. See? Because the Most High made many nations, but he only chose Israel. So that means he really, really loved Israel, right? Go ahead, up.
That we should be called the sons of Yahweh. Therefore, the world knoweth us not.
Right, the world knoweth us not. How about that? Understand? So when Israel appears, all right, to be the Israelites, rather than niggas, rather than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come.
Blacks, Africans, rather than Haitians, rather than Jamaicans, rather than Mexicans, see? The world knoweth not. It doesn't know us as Israelites yet. It will. See? Go ahead, up.
Because it knew him not.
Because it doesn't know Yahushua. And they don't know Yahushua. The world don't know Yahushua. They're going to see him as he is. A black man.
Hallelujah.
A so-called Negro. And of course, not in the Christian philosophy. They think Yahushua is a Christian man. Put it like that. See? That's what they think. They think he's a Christian man. And he's not that. So they don't know him. The Yahushua we know when we read the scriptures, right? A man of war. Would kill you where you stand. See? Austere man. See? Yahushua said, I'm bringing, he said, my garments are like dipped in the vesture of blood. See? That's how much blood it's going to be. See? So they don't know that Yahushua. See? We know that Yahushua. They don't. Go ahead, up.
Because they knew him not. Verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh.
See, now we're the sons of the Most High. See? Now we are. Because we're reading the true Yahushua, the true Mashiach. See? That we take on that spirit, the truth. Go ahead, up.
And it doth not yet appear what we shall be.
Now, what shall we be? Shall we be Christian? Shall we be Muslim? What shall we be? See? And how are we going to know what we shall be like? It tells you here. Go ahead, up.
But we know that when he shall appear.
Yeah, see? So that's why they're going to mourn. Because when they're going to see him, they'll say, wait a minute. This ain't Caesar Borgia. This ain't the one I got on my wall.
This ain't Jesus.
This ain't Jesus. Right. So wait a minute. And then what are they going to say?
For we shall see him as he is.
Right. When shall be like him. No.
We shall slack him.
Yeah, you got to read that again.
When he shall appear.
Right.
We shall be like him.
Yeah, see? When he appears, we're going to know that we should be like him. How about that? Because we're going to know that we're supposed to look like that, act like that, you know what I'm saying? Be in that spirit. We're going to know that immediately. That's the vibration Yahushua is going to have. As soon as he appears, his vibration is going to take over. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Senor.
we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
Right, see? We're going to see him as he is. That's why they're going to mourn, because they're going to realize all these hundreds of years they've been lied to. They've been believing a lie. So they're going to mourn and cry. See, the Israelites. See, so that's what we were trying to do here. So that's the Matthew 24, right? That's the breakdown of Matthew 24. That's how you would break it down. The Matthew 24 is the last week in Daniel's 70 weeks. That's what Yahushua was given at the Olivet Discourse that you read about in Matthew 24. That's what he was given. He was talking about the sign of his coming, what's going to happen. All right? So that's about it on that up. All right? Shalom. And brother, turn off the camera. Yeah.